right, so this is GBPAUD. This is the trade I had for tonight. I took this trade before I went to sleep. It looked like a good setup, but let me show you. I did not win this trade. This is a loss. So just showing this for learning purposes. This is clearly a bearish 4-hour trend. Okay, and then we do have a supply zone right up here, like an extreme supply zone. I was taking it off of this 50% Fibonacci, as you can see. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna just jump back here and just show my loss there. Okay. All right. So off of this trend, this bearish trend, I had this Fibonacci's. As you can see, oh man, excuse me. As you can see, I am using Ikenashi candles. It's less noise actually. So as you can see on the 1 hour, we're bullish here. But that's what the case is, that we tapped into the 50% zone. So price could have definitely bounced back from the zone. And so I'm used to that. So I would jump to, a lower time frame. Okay. And so I'm just waiting for that break. Okay. Just waiting for that break. Okay. And so if I go down to like even a lower time frame, let's go down to an even lower time frame. Okay. We have one break here. So just waiting for that next leg. This is at 15 seconds, right? And we got one more leg. So I saw this break and I was just waiting for it to come back up. And just waiting for it to come back up. That's when it came up. And that's when I got into the trade right there. Okay, I got into the trade right there. When it came back into this 50% zone of this break. Okay, so we got one break. Okay. Got one break, two break, because technically it did break right up here, right? But it just didn't hit this supply zone that would be for my entry. I could have waited, or maybe I could have just let this go, because it didn't do it. It didn't hit my entry model perfectly, but it did break once here. It broke another time here, and then it hit. It touched inside the 50% Fibonacci. So I got an immediate response, and this is when I went to sleep. I started breaking. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep," I mean, this was a cool little break. I did have it set to 1 to 4. Maybe if I would have had it set to, what is this? Like a 1 to 2. If I would have had to set to a 1 to 2, I would have hit. Okay, so maybe this is just like, it was technically a good trade. I just had it set to a 1 to 2, right? Which I lost like on my big account, I lost 200. I would have won 400. On my smaller account, I lost $10. I would have won $20. And on another trading account, I think I lost $100, so I would have won 100. I lost $100, so I would have won $200. So on the small, mid, and I guess the larger scales, I just lost like half. I would have won like half. I would have went for a 1 or 2, right? So that's what happened. I did have my stop loss was just kind of like free. I just had it floating out here. So since I had it floating out here, like at a 1 to 4, I didn't really hit anything. And so it's a learning lesson too, because I remember making a note to myself that I would not just set and forget when I go to sleep. I know it's kind of like, that fear of missing out, whatever, fear of missing out if I'm sleeping, price goes past my take profit, but I mean, this could have been a solid just a 1 to 2. Let's see if it hits like a 1 to 3 though. I don't think it does, but it for sure hits a 1 to 2. So it doesn't hit the 1 to 3. No, it goes straight up. Okay, but if I would have had the 1 or 2, that would have been a solid little base hit. So I think one of my learning lessons here is if I do go to sleep, I'm going to start setting stop losses. And I might just do like a 1 or 2 because this would have been, I mean, this would have been a 1 or 2. That would have been a 1 or 2. Yeah, that would have been a solid 1 or 2. And you know, that would have just been a base hit, right? Yeah. So we did that. We came back. I mean, it's just a learning lesson, but it is what it is. Okay, so we did go back out, and right now, what it looks like it's doing is it looks like it's going, you know, even higher, a whole different direction, right? A whole different direction. It did go past our 50% zone, so we can go ahead and take this off now. But just remember that we do have now. Also, another lesson is, even though you know I have this 50% zone here in this 4 hour or this 4 hour trend, we do have a lot of imbalance up here. So we have a lot of imbalance here, here, and here that needs to be filled. So it's good to remember to not try not to sell right below, you know, imbalances, and not try to sell below liquidity, right? So this is what's happening here is that this imbalance is being mitigated right now, and you can see its price just going up and up, and so that looks like that's going to be the next move. If price doesn't just shoot straight, you know, if price doesn't just shoot straight up and just take out all of this imbalance, what can happen is that price can mitigate, you know, up here, tap into this like a lower zone up here, right? Can do that, mitigate all of this imbalance. Okay, so we can take out all this imbalance here, and then we can just go, right? We can just go from that point, and that's when I think price will make the move that I intended on it making, which would be a great move, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually set an alarm here. All right, wait for that mitigation, and then I'm gonna take a move, even if it's a small move, right? Even if we go like this, we'll make a small move like down, right? Make a smooth like down here, and then we start moving right back up, and then take out the rest. This will be the move that I'll start looking at. So you'll see that follow up here. The season is about patience. To be totally honest, you just gotta be patient right now because there's a lot of volatility in the market. So that's that. All right. So this is GBPAUD. Today is September 4th, and yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Difference is a difference.